Anderson Seafood, Wesley at Nicholson. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of Live at Lunch. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Charles Handegrift, Jimmy Ott, Max Gotro with us here. Jordan Kitchen's back in the studio. Andy Isko with us today. Greg Bowser with us today. We do first class, second class, no class today. And a lot going on right now. LSU this morning has their three finalists that they are going to vote on for the LSU presidency. That's going on right now. As soon as we hear something, we will let you know. But the board went into their executive meeting. James Dalton, the provost at the University of Alabama, Wade Roos, president at McNeese State, and Robert Robbins, who's the former president at the University of Arizona, are the three finalists. Robbins got in a good one-liner earlier today. They asked him final comments. They said, anything else you want to say? He goes, yeah, I want to tell you that I was involved in a coaching search, at Arizona because we lost our baseball coach because you guys stole him from us. So kind of a little funny. I think the other thing to watch, and I don't know, I'm not an expert on this whole process, is there's been some talk that LSU will reinstate the chancellor's position for the Baton Rouge campus at some point, which has been merged into the presidency since 2012. So something else to keep an eye on today as we talk about the LSU presidency and how that'll affect, of course, the coaching search and later the athletic director search moving forward. It's also the NFL trade deadline is this afternoon. We've had a handful of moves this morning. Nothing out of New Orleans yet. Keep your fingers crossed. You can hope. So we got that going on today. Monday Night Football, college basketball started last night. Did you see the freshman from Arizona, Koa Pete? He put on a show last night against the defending champ Florida Gators. All of that was fun to watch.
Both games are good.
Yeah, we had two good games last night. We got Texas and Duke tonight. If you want to get your college basketball fix in here going. But good morning. How are you?
Good.
Lots going on here. Nice pick on the Cardinals last night. I was going through in my
Arizona plus 3.5 parlay.
Yeah.
The Wildcats and the Cardinals.
Arizona.
Yeah. Both were plus 3.5.
You said yesterday you've been a big believer in this, that you thought Jacoby Brissett was better than Kyler Murray. I've always been a big Jacoby Brissett fan. Not that he's going to be the future face of your franchise anywhere, but just a really, really solid quarterback, and we've been watching him for a long time. And he was good again last night.
It allows your offense to your passing game to operate, rhythmically, with some cohesion, some rhythm, and Kyler Murray just wants to run around, and just try and play sandlot football. Who practices that? What all the timing, all the time that you spend with your, and I thought it was very interesting what Buck and Aikman relayed as far as Harrison Jr. The dad saying that basically in my prime, man, I had no shot to get to camp. They'd have called and asked for it. If I was in this system, they'd have called and asked me for my yellow jacket back. He was, and I gotta believe he's talking more about the passing game with Murray, which is so spotty on the hookups with Harrison, as opposed to this with Brissett.
He had 10 targets last night. It was one of his biggest games of the season, and he's only seen that many targets, I think, in one other game.
The Colts game, he got hurt.
The Colts game, he had he only had 2 targets.
He got hurt.
Yeah, he had 10 targets against Seattle in a game at the end of September.
That was the Thursday night game where they fell behind. He had bad drop or 2 early, and then he finished strong. So remember, they scrambled back to get it tied real late.
The rest of the games, he's had between 5 and 6 total targets, including that one in New Orleans where I think we had a prop bet on him on opening day that he went over in the yards. That was the 3rd most yards he's had this season. So I would say everything combined total. Last night was the most active he has been. It tied for the most targets. It's the most receptions that he's had, and it's the second most yards. And he had a touchdown on an absolutely gorgeous boy. He left the Dallas defensive back literally on the ground on that in route down at the goal line. Even C.D. Lamb was kind of on the sideline. So yeah, this was the year that Marvin Harris, his second year, you expected him to break out. You see the kind of talent he's had.
He's going to be limited with Murray as a starter.
And they came out and said that when Murray is healthy, he will be the starter moving forward.
Imagine that.
Yeah, that's where their money is. I'm not saying it's the right football decision. It's just where their money is. I was thinking, how many
cost you games?
Would they have won last night with Kyler Murray playing quarterback?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you never know for sure, but I would tend to agree with you, Brissett. His numbers are they're very Jacoby Brissett-like, okay? He's got 6 touchdown passes and 1 interception for the year. He has completed 65% of his passes. In his career, he's completed 61% of his passes. He's got about a little bit better than a 2.2 to 1 touchdown interception ratio. His average yards per attempt has never been dynamic. It's about 6.5. He's just a steady guy. He can play the position.
It's way more than the numbers when you watch the game. He just gives the passing game a chance. And yeah, Murray's going to run around, but I mean, I was fed up with him after that Thursday game. I've seen enough. We got a large sample size on him, and does he look any more set? And and to his defense, I mean, he's really short. Can he see the field? He's not a student. He's not dedicated to try and learn nuances. I mean, the ball comes out of Brissett's hands. I mean, you got to get rid of it. And I mean, how many plays where the ball is coming before Harrison's even turned around and looking? I mean, that's the timing aspect. Yes, that's what an NFL. He's just gotten a little bit more dependable. He has his limitations. That's why he's a career backup.
Yes.
But he's better than a chunk off the top of my head, probably a third of the starting quarterbacks in the league.
I don't know if I go that high, but he started 60 games in his career. So that's essentially right at 4 seasons worth of starts for, I think it's 7 different teams in his career. Right now.
He's better than Nick's.
Nick's is doing enough they're winning. I can't. Okay. He's better than Justin Fields.
You think Brissett wouldn't be winning with in Nick's situation?
I don't know. Denver's strange right now. They're winning games with a little bit of smoke and mirrors. I get it, and a really good defense.
I knew you'd have him higher. That's why I brought him up.
He's better than Justin Fields. Okay.
Slam dunk.
He's better than right now. He's better than J.J. McCarthy. I understand why they're starting McCarthy, but right this second, if I had to play a game this weekend, he's better than J.J. McCarthy.
It's like 3 starts.
Yeah, he's only right.
I can't. I mean.
No, I mean right now though. Right now, he's better than Michael Penix. I would take him in front of Michael Penix to win a game this weekend. I'd take him over either one of the guys that the Saints have started this season. I would take him over Cam Ward to win a game right now. And I understand why guys like Ward and Penix and McCarthy, they're all second-year guys or first-year guys. Those teams are seeing what they have. But right this second, Jacoby Brissett's no worse than 26
Gino,
or so.
Of course. Gino's had a horrible year.
Gino threw 4 touchdown passes when he got his safety blanket back on Sunday. So he was better. But he's had a horrible year up to that point. But when he got Brock Bowers back,
Brissett lost Harrison in there and was inside the 20 to beat the Colts in a road. Earlier this year.
Gino's had a lousy year. I'm just saying getting Brock Bowers back matters.
He'll help anybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they traded
good.
They traded Jacoby Myers this morning to Jacksonville. So Bowers' targets are probably going to do nothing but go up.
A lot of quarterbacks he's better than. I know you take him over Bryce Young. I know that.
Yeah, I'm not a Bryce Young fan. I was a Bryce Young fan in college. In that I admired his ability. I'm not rooting for Alabama, but
it's funny.
Would you take him over Caleb
more
Williams?
Who?
Would you take him over Caleb Williams right now, just to win a game this week?
That's a tough call.
Yeah,
that's a tough call. Moving forward, no, I think Williams he's got
moving forward, of course,
more mobility. I mean, he's better than Nick's right now. I'm sorry. Payton's about to pull his hair out with Nick's. You know who he's close to, and this is a crazy comparison because he's a lifetime backup, an experienced backup, versus a Hall of Famer. But right now, he reminds me of Aaron Rodgers. He's limited as his arm strength at this stage, and forget the crow hop. He's not crow hopping on 99% of his throws.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But he's limited with how strong his arm is, but he's playing solid football, and I think that's what Brissett is playing. I mean, Rodgers is certainly an upgrade from what they've had. But he is still limited.
Well, he's 41 years.
Yeah,
he's a 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers.
Banged up guy that's always thrown without stepping into his balls.
Yeah.
So
now when he does step in, he can still fling it.
The crow hop.
Yeah,
I got
throw
it.
That out. I got it.
I mean, Tua, come on. Brissett's better than Tua.
I would definitely take him over Tua right now.
Yes.
There's no question. All right, so let me flip on the other side, the Cowboys, who made a trade today because they're going to fix their defense. And I like Logan Wilson. He's a good football player, but I don't know if they're expecting Brian Urlacher to come in there and fix them. But just when you think there's no more team in the league more delusional than the Saints, Jerry Jones does manage to make his presence felt, right?
He is. Yes.
And Dak Prescott, who has had a fantastic year, was not particularly good last night.
I thought it was his worst game.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's been great this year, but he didn't have a good game last night.
And
that's what
Cardinals
we
win.
want to label guys all the time, Charlie. Good, bad, suck, whatever. Man, we see players game to game. We say, and a lot of it has to do with caliber of competition. I mean, Brissett's going to look better against. Let's be fair with Murray. He's going to look better against Dallas' defense than maybe Murray will against Seattle's defense. On that Thursday night, they were really good. But it's just, Bryce Young can't play. Well, I got a winning record this year with him as a starter. It's not all him, but he still does some really bad. What about Jordan Love, the throw he made? On Sunday. Back again, and the guy's gone. He's got a tackle to beat. I mean, it's going to be a 105-yard pick six. What? After he completed, 22 passes in a row on Sunday night?
Mm-hmm.
I know. Well, Pittsburgh made some adjustments on defense. Did they look like a better defense? They did on. So, I mean, this is the fun part about, some are more consistent, some make plays, but there's very few that are really good all the time. And there's some that, that just, you're going to take the good with the bad. I mean, if you got your money on Bryce Young or Tua, you hope they play better. That have a better day that day.
Can I switch positions on you and tell you somebody who's been very consistent? George Pickens. Very consistently talented and very consistently dumb.
What an a-hole, man.
Dumb.
At what point, man? What point?
What position does he play? We talk about that all the time.
Yeah, he's not the first talented wide receiver who just complete head case.
Yep.
And I mean, what are you doing? You get. I mean, it's just.
It was Dallas's chance. Okay.
Yeah,
they're down 10. There's 7 minutes to go. He gets a first down up near midfield. Okay, so they've got a little bit of momentum. They've still got their timeouts left. There's an opportunity here for them. If they go down and score, nothing extraordinary has to happen. They don't have to get an onside kick or a turnover or anything like that. If they go down and score there, even if it's a field goal, it's a one-score game with 5 or 4 something to go, and you can still play football. And he puts them behind the sticks, and of course
he is that employee in the company that's really talented with all kinds of baggage.
Yeah.
I don't know. They show up they're never on time for meetings. They show up late, but then they're one of your leading salespeople.
Yeah.
Something. I mean, it is and he will not be the first or the last super talented athlete to throw it away. He will not, but it's coming. People are going to get tired enough of this.
When the production goes away, that's what they do. Look, the Steelers put up with Antonio Brown for a long time. The production started to decline.
But keep in mind, How
Brown was a lot better
many
than
of these
Pickens.
things in Pittsburgh did we talk about Brown? How many times?
Most of it was after he left Pittsburgh.
Well, yes, indeed.
Well,
that's a little stronger organization.
Because he was the best receiver in the league for about a 3-year period, and they kept it kind of quiet.
Because if you're asking me, Pickens, what the hell are you thinking? Well, I mean, I see the boss man who signs my checks do stupid things all the time just for publicity.
Where
he doesn't. I'm just following lead.
Right.
I mean, he does things that aren't in the best interest of the team.
Yeah.
Huh?
The ownership didn't do that in Pittsburgh, but yes, in
Dallas,
Dallas,
a little bit different run or a little different culture. That's kind of a tone, a hot term that we're using right now, huh?
Right, I would say.
They're a little bit different culture in Dallas and in Pittsburgh.
That is an understatement. there may be no bigger difference.
Does Pittsburgh have a chance to fix their defense? Man, they went right down the field the first drive, and then almost went 95 yards. And then, man, the Colts, that's a high-flying offense, man.
You know what I think about Pittsburgh's defense? I think Pittsburgh's defense
They said they did simplify some things and went more zone and less man.
They're old, Jimmy. They got a lot of old guys on the defense.
So
Some really accomplished guys that I don't know if they can bring it every single week.
I saw Watt make a play. I saw him get in there and strip the ball.
They're all capable of making plays. I just don't know if you can expect it from them every week because older guys get beat up.
Well, was part of the plan that Arizona, because it's the same thing that Pittsburgh did, they played a little bit, they played a lot more zone, and it kind of gave the underneath stuff and waiting for them to commit a penalty behind the sticks, waiting for them to drop a ball, which they did. And, and it really – I mean, they didn't score. They didn't get offense didn't get in the end zone until like 7 minutes to go in the game.
I think,
and nobody's done that to Dallas this year. And by the way, that defensive lineman, he's pretty good. He's nice to have too. Walter
Nolan.
Okay, what's his first game?
It's his first game, and he's the first guy to ever debut and have two TFLs, a sack, a batted ball. I mean,
and Sweat all of a sudden is more active when you got a guy like Nolan in there. They're
amazing when they show you a little bit of attention elsewhere, so you can maybe get some one-on-ones. But what I think about Pittsburgh is they can still bring it in games. I don't know if they can bring it every week. They're older.
Lane Kiffin saying, "Damn it, I wish I had him this year. We're going to go to the playoffs." Last year,
he was a load there. He was a load at A&M too.
Led a Lane Kiffin team, led the country in tackles for losses.
It's an amazing stat.
That's hard to do with what he runs. We're here at Mike Anderson's, November 1st to 26th. So during the month of November, with the 27th is Thanksgiving, is that right? Huh? I believe that's right. Buy $100 in gift cards and get $20 gift certificate free. Now again, this bonus special is through Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, 26th. Going on right now. It's our early bird special. And if you buy $200 in gift cards, you get a $20 gift certificate for each 100, so 2 of them, and a free appetizer card. So a little lanyap at Mike Anderson. So $20 free gift certificate for $100 for every $100. If you pay $200 or more, we're going to throw in an appetizer card as well. It's not through all the way through Christmas. It's through November 26th this month here at Mike Anderson's.
Live at Mike Anderson's, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch. This hour of Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny is brought to you by Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown, 343-1111, and OCBrown.com. Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs, 925-8710. Supreme Rice, grown, milled, processed in Louisiana since 1936. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments on Jefferson Highway, 928-8659. Total Maintenance, your one-stop shop for AC, electrical, generators, and plumbing. Service today, every day for Total Maintenance. And Coastal Capital Advisors. Markets evolve. We adapt.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
The Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny Restaurant Club. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games since 1988. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Dozy Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Fin Bomb, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee.
The Pierre Part Store, and now the Thibodeau Store, your local experts in construction supplies. You know they can handle your contractor supplies for all jobs, big and small. The extensive selection of plumbing, electrical, and hardware supplies are endless, and they can even deliver it to your job site. If you need lumber, no problem. Available for pickup and delivery from Pierre Part. Top-notch tools and expert advice, it's local service. From the Thibodeau Store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau, and online at ThibodeauStore.com.
Baton Rouge, get ready for a fiesta of flavor. Whether you're craving sizzling fajitas, cheesy enchiladas, or the best margaritas in town, Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill have you covered. Bring the family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. From fresh guacamole to mouth-watering tacos that hit just right, it's not just a dinner, it's a celebration. So why wait? Tonight, make it Las Palmas or make it Rio Cantina, two local favorites serving up authentic Mexican taste right here in Baton Rouge. Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill, where every night's a fiesta.
Do you know what you would do if you were in a car wreck? It's easy to panic when you or someone you care about is hurt in an accident. Who will pay the medical bills? Who will pay the car repair? Who will deal with the insurance companies for you? Protect your rights. You need someone you can trust. Call the law offices of O.C. Brown at 343-1111. The law offices of O.C. Brown will handle everything for you. 343-1111 or online at ocbrown.com. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
This season, we've got prep football and double coverage. Hey, it's Kate Wazan inviting you to join me Friday nights at 6 for Louisiana Prep Preview, followed by Catholic High Football on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Then over on Talk 107.3, it's Ken Trahan's original Prep Football Report from 6 to 11 p.m., bringing you live in-game updates, final scores, and check-ins with correspondents from every corner of the state. It's all presented by Dr. Pepper. Scores on Talk. Bears on ESPN. It's our prep football double coverage presented by Dr. Pepper.
Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference. All in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge. Live at lunch with Ott and Yanni from Mike Anderson Seafood on Lee Drive on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Remember, you can always get the show on demand, 1045ESPN.com and LouisianaSports.net. And that is brought to you by Supreme Rice and SupremeRice.com, supporting our Louisiana farmers since the 1930s. Okay, the LSU Board of Supervisors is in executive session to pick a new president. Ordinarily, we wouldn't be following a president's race quite like this, but because of the sports ramifications, I think it's important that we watch this. Again, Wade Roos is the favorite from McNeese State, but James Dalton from the University of Alabama, who is their provost there, there is some speculation that LSU may reinstate the chancellor's position. Would one of these guys, Dalton or Robert Robbins, be in a position to be the chancellor if they reinstate that position? Or would that, even be decided today or in the coming days? I can't tell you that. We'll see what they say when they come out of there. But it has Dalton was a little bit of a surprise name on the list of finalists. The thought was that Matt Lee, the interim, would be the other finalist in this thing. So when Dalton's name came up, it was at least a mild surprise. Let's just address this, the elephant in the room. You'll excuse the expression. The idea that Nick Saban would entertain this job. The rumors have been rampant all week. And when I say all week, I'm going back all the way to Sunday. Shaquille O'Neal posting about this, it probably stoked it a little bit more. Jimmy, I don't think that Nick Saban is going to come back and coach at LSU, but I can't rule it out.
You don't rule out anything.
Right. In a year where we've seen Bill Belichick come back to coach, and we've seen two
Getting
top
better,
five,
by the way.
and especially on defense,
Yeah.
and two top five coaches fired less than a month after they were in the top five. The top five with roughly $50 million buyouts apiece. We can't rule out anything.
But let's talk about coaching searches, though.
Yeah.
Instead of coaching searches. You know, a lot of times, I don't know, you might get you the number one on your list when these lists first came out, and the guy, actually it's the most desirable guy that you would like, a school would like, you get him about 15, 20%, if that, okay? Guys like, I think the people on the board or some others that are involved on this search are not it's not in their position, or I don't want to speak for them, but their preference to just go get Summerall, you know, like the Tulane coach, you know, who's going to get a job. We know that, but, you know, UTSA hurts a little bit. Certainly Memphis, they could lose to them on Friday night. But the thing is, you know, just you have to make that call. You know, he has dealt with people before, and he might be prone to seriously entertain the thought of going to LSU as opposed to going somewhere else. So if there's a job he's going to go back into it, would this not be at the top of the list?
I think it would be the entire list. One of two, that or to go back to Alabama. I think that would be the entire list, okay? I would talk to Nick Saban if for no other reason to see what he thinks, and also to see what Jimmy Sexton thinks. Wasn't that meeting between Sean Tuohy and Joe Dean, it wasn't about Saban at all. It ended up being about Saban, but the Jimmy Sexton part of it sparked, hey, you can't get this guy, but, you know, I got a guy at Michigan State that's willing to move. This is 26 years ago.
Who else was his client that they were interested?
That's what I'm trying to remember. And I'm blanking on who the other client was of Sexton's, where it was like, no, that's not going to work, but this guy might. And I don't know, Sexton represents so many damn people now that you talk to Nick Saban to get his opinion, and you talk to him to get
Ole Miss that time?
Might have been Tuberville. I'm trying to remember who it was. Sexton's client at the time, but you want to talk to him about what other clients do you have that, because despite the governor's objections to agents, they're not going anywhere. The idea that Sexton's got another guy that maybe we're not even talking about. Okay, so you make that call, and we've been through the pros and cons with Saban before. His pros and cons, not LSU's pros and cons. If he comes back to LSU, donations will go through the roof. He'll put a staff together. He'll have that building running like clockwork, virtually overnight, and then we'll start the countdown to how long before he retires. But there's another component to this with Sexton. It's like, you know what? I've decided to stay retired, but you might want to talk to Jimmy about this guy. And I don't know who this guy is.
Jimmy might have Sexton might have the Reds where, like, you know, man, the governor's got a lot to say in this, man, and he's you know, so.
I'm sure he's not delighted about it, but he wants to get paid too, and he knows what this job is going to pay, and he knows how prestigious this job is and how much, you know, the next.
I don't know if Sexton's got enough clients to fill all their jobs.
We called Trace Armstrong.
My gosh!
Let me throw you some work, right? to get Armstrong on that. Anyway, that I'm not going to rule anything out. I'd still say it would be unlikely. They had a nice video of his family bringing Nick Saban a birthday cake on the weekend.
Who?
It was on
family?
No. Saban's family, like his kids and his wife. Giving him a birthday cake. Birthday cake. And he's sitting in his chair. And he's got a blanket over his legs, and he's just, you know, he's like, oh, my birthday cake. And he's like, this look like a guy that's, you know, pretty content with his life right now.
He's very content.
Yeah. So maybe as soon as he maybe as soon as he blew out the candles, he went and ran laps around the neighborhood and said, I want to coach again. I don't know.
This makes perfect sense. This is where the search starts.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to talk to him and see, you know, I mean, if there's any, you sure as hell don't want, okay, we hire, just say Summerall or, you know, and say, man, I wish it had called me. I was interested. You sure don't want that,
Right?
And he has spoken respectfully of this job. He knows how good of a job it is, So he's, you got to start with there. And I'm going to tell you then the next one, probably everybody wants to balk, but it's Urban Meyer. I mean, they're going to get Urban Meyer last year, if in a 14 playoff, because if it's 14 playoff and 12 team, Day's fired, and they're going to get the guy. He's been out of football for a year.
Can I ask you a question while not doubting Urban Meyer's credentials? There's 12 jobs open right now, and his name's not up for any of them.
That's a good thing.
No, but doesn't that indicate to you that he's not floating his name out there because he doesn't want to coach? I mean, wouldn't his name be up? Wouldn't he have his agent floating his name?
It lets me know that he's not an acting coach who's looking to leverage his current employer. He doesn't have to leverage, Fox. Charlie,
no, he doesn't have to leverage Fox, but 61.
Yeah, he's younger than Willie Fritz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not age. It's not age.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all. And don't tell me the pros.
No.
Saban was.
No, he's done in the pros.
Almost
for sure.
as bad as. No, he wasn't as bad as Meyer, but he wasn't good.
No, Meyer's time in the pros is done. But wouldn't his name be coming up for Penn State or something else if he was really
Not necessarily.
Interested? Maybe
no.
not.
Why?
It could come
don't
from
rule out
Rondo.
anything.
No, I'm not ruling out anything.
No.
I'm not taking a job.
But
other than that, I'm not ruling out
no,
anything.
but wouldn't that you're running a show? You're going after Saban first. You're not going after Meyer second?
I'm going to go talk to Meyer, but Meyer comes with a lot more baggage than Saban. I mean, you know that.
Oh, okay.
Well, he does. I mean, it's not that he's not successful, but he comes with a lot more. He comes with a lot more baggage.
Won a national championship in his conference.
I'm aware.
He won a national championship.
You don't have to read his resume to me. I'll read the baggage to you if you want.
Well, that
was
at the pros.
A little bit at Florida too. He didn't exactly run. What are we going to say?
Oh, wait, because his baggage was publicized and Saban's wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
okay.
no, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about players getting in trouble, Jimmy. You know what I'm talking about.
Saban and have players getting in trouble?
Not as many as Meyer did.
Come on, man.
No, not as many.
Oh, come on. Look, don't forget our friends at Legacy Title. Chad Reynolds, Legacy Title for all of you real estate closings. 296-0060. Full-service title company servicing all of South Louisiana. Fast, friendly, professional services, which you get every time you call. 296-0060. Ashley Donald, Marion Haynes, Adrian Galata, Michael Platt, Natalie and Bradford Smith. Buying, building, refinancing, nobody choose but you. Choose Chad Reynolds in Legacy Title, 296-0060.
Live at Mike Anderson's Live at Lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
With all of the financial headlines, are you worried if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, let's work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by your local Edward Jones advisor. Text Morris on Jefferson. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
This is Charles Hanniger for Home Bank. If you're tired of the impersonal, one-size-fits-all style of banking, you deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for your businesses and families because they go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business and good for life. Stop by any South Louisiana, Houston, or Natchez area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Brandon Holly here. Did you know Relief Windows is the window, door, hardy plank, and vinyl siding and interior shutter headquarters of the Gulf South? That's right. For nearly 20 years, we have provided you with a lifetime guarantee. Relief from the heat, cold, storms, and sun. So go where thousands have gone to upgrade the exterior and the interior of their homes. ReliefWindows.com. That's ReliefWindows.com.
Sammy's Grill on Highland Road since 1988. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games in a casual atmosphere with the friendliest service.
We're now boiling crabs at Sammy's every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, starting at 5 p.m. and on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, starting at noon.
Sammy serves a wide mix of authentic Louisiana food prepared to order with the best ingredients available. Fresh Louisiana seafood, Cajun favorites, burgers, and po' boys, all built from scratch. Our kids' menu and popular appetizers are sure to please the pickiest of eaters. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road near Starring since 1988.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors. When it comes to retirement, no two situations are alike, so Coastal Capital Advisors will tailor a plan for your family's needs no matter your age or your financial situation. The bottom line is Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you and build a lifetime relationship. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Age Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
If you're near the north side of campus, I need to remind you about a couple of longtime favorites. Highland Coffee is the original specialty coffee shop in Baton Rouge since the 1980s. My personal favorite. Love getting my cappuccino from their friendly, knowledgeable staff, roasted right in the shop. Louis Cafe for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. The Mitchell omelet, Cajun hash browns, Big Cheesy Lou, all served up in that famous open kitchen atmosphere. In Tigertown since 1941. A couple of great spots. Highland Coffees and Louis Cafe just outside the north gates of LSU.
Get the 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air. Find our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference. All in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net. 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Oh, they would have the money.
Live at lunch with Ott and Yanni from Mike Anderson Seafood on Lee Drive on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge. Heading out to Las Vegas, deep in the desert, lives one man. One man of many sports bets. The one and only Andy Isco.
Andy, how you doing, buddy?
Well, aside from that wonderful job I did on Sunday going with the Commanders and the Cowboys, I'm doing fine.
That's all right. You would do a rough patch at some point.
Yeah.
You've been on a roll.
Part of the handicapping process is, in addition to using the numbers and everything, is identifying critical situations. And both of those fit my criterion for critical situations because they basically determined the trajectory that these teams are likely to follow the rest of the season with success or failure. In the case of Washington, it's obviously the return of Jaden Daniels. And if the Commanders could have had a good effort there and won that game, pulled the upset, they still had reasonable hopes for a successful season, notwithstanding the injury that occurred at the end of the game, which changes things a little bit now. And pretty much the same thing with Dallas, who had played well at home, and they were positioning themselves to perhaps be the challenger to the Eagles that the Commanders will not be. And they had an opportunity, but they never showed up last night. And those things happen. There are a couple of situations this week I'm looking at in the NFL. When I first took a look at this coming schedule, I didn't really care for it, but I was thinking in terms of helping friends who are in the Survivor contest as far as that goes. But as far as wagering opportunities, there are a lot of good situations. The one that piques my interest a lot is Detroit going into Washington to get some revenge for their embarrassing playoff loss last year, and they're going up against a weakened Washington team. And Detroit, much healthy now, but they're coming off of the loss last week to Minnesota that they can ill afford. They were helped out by Carolina, who did not cause the Lions to lose a game in the standings to Green Bay.
Yes, it's the NFL. I mean, we reminded each and every week, how some of these teams, one thing we know is constant, boy. This Cincinnati, boy, they got some defenses that are bad, boy. I mean, some all-timers out there. And then one of them made a huge improvement last week, and that's the Steelers. So,
Well, they were aided by, and that was another game I liked. I liked Indianapolis because of how well they played. Well, they had 4 turnovers all season coming into the game, and then they had 6 in that game, which is very uncharacteristic. You can't predict when an outlier is going to occur, but it was reasonable to assume that at some point an outlier game for Indianapolis would occur, and it happened to be this past weekend. It'll be interesting this week to see how they rebound from that with their tough match at the Chargers.
Yes, indeed. Andy, World Series.
Yeah.
World Series. Best ever?
You know, it's hard really to say because you know it depends how far back your memory goes. I mean, some people would say, you know, the first walk-off with Mazeroski and the Pittsburgh Pirates over the Yankees in 1960, when the Pirates were outscored something like I don't know, like 32-17 or something in the series, and that certainly had a lot of drama as it. But certainly, as far as recent World Series goes, yeah, I'd have to say that this is probably the best World Series, certainly in the last decade, maybe even a little longer.
Charlie, you tried to place it historically yet?
Yeah, you know, my favorite, I said this yesterday, was the 91 series between the Braves and Twins. Which was
all 7 are at home. You know,
all 7 were at home. But you know, what I remember Puckett's homer. I remember Lonnie Smith getting deked. I remember Morris going 10 in Game 7. That was a special World Series.
Was that a 1-0 game?
It was.
Was that a 1-0 game?
It was.
The game?
Yeah, and I think Smoltz started Game 7 for the Braves and got into the 7th or 8th or something like that. That one is a special one. I think. You know, that's the first one that comes to mind when I think about all-timers. That was one for
got a little ratings too. I mean, so a pretty strong ratings on Saturday night. You know, the one you talking about, I know, was on a Sunday night, and the NFL would not compete with the World Series during that era as well.
And I'm trying to be fair because I grew up a Braves fan because I grew up watching the Superstation, and that was the first time that they were, you know, that they had made the World Series in my
to
in
have
my lifetime.
Toronto involved, you know, Canadian team to try and bring.
Yeah.
So, you know, Mad Dog was doing his victory lap yesterday because baseball wins on this thing, you know, because had the Dodgers were on their way, keep the narrative entering the post. Man, they bought everybody, they just smashing everybody in way, you know.
Did Phil Carter end the '93 World Series with a walk-off home run against the Phillies?
Off
Game
of Mitch
6.
Williams.
Game
Off of Mitch
6.
Williams, yeah.
That was Game 6, though.
Yeah.
And that was the game was tied. The game was tied at the time. He
but
walked.
Didn't that win the series though?
Yes.
Yeah,
No, it was a walk-off.
Yeah.
It was a walk-off for the series, but it's Game 6.
Yeah.
You know, so and it wasn't. They weren't losing at the time. So I mean, they were
in the '77 series, Yankees and Dodgers, two of the biggest names in the sport, and Reggie hits 3. And Reggie Jackson was the biggest star in New York City at the time. And this series,
individual games. I think the drama of this World Series, especially with that 18-inning game that stuck in the middle there, I think that just adds, especially to the way that both Games 6 and 7 ended.
You had
a double play to end Game 6, pretty amazing.
Yeah, the 18 innings, you essentially got 8 games in this series. A good point, Andy.
I mean, you had 3 all-timers, man. Yeah. I mean, the games that were no good were the ones that the Toronto won handily by 4, 5, and 7 runs. So I mean, it was the more deserving team didn't win. But I'll tell you this, we have clubbed him around pretty good. But Dave Roberts made a lot of good decisions. Don't you think, Andy?
Oh, absolutely. He had been in for a lot of criticism, and I think he erased a lot of that. Well, I don't know if he erased it, but he certainly diminished the impact of that criticism with a lot of the decisions that he made. And, you know, he's getting the kind of respect that perhaps a lot of people felt he deserved a while ago because, you know, it's tough. When you have the team that's expected to win, there's a certain amount of pressure on you because if you don't win, you have fallen short of expectations in the biggest stage. And first of all, getting to the World Series is a remarkable accomplishment. So, you know, they were expected to do more. They fell well short of their season win total. But in the end, they did what they were expected to do and what the odds from the very beginning said they would do.
Yamamoto, where does his performance in this? I mean, the 3 wins is hard to top. I mean, I get that, but he was, Hershiser
in '88.
Bumgarner.
Madison Bumgarner in 2010.
You know, Randy Johnson.
Well, Randy Johnson was the one I was thinking of with Arizona with the pitching in that 7th game.
Did he start Game 6? I think he did.
Yeah, he did.
I think he did. 5 or 6. Yeah, it may have been.
Yeah. I think he did and came.
I have a question for you about this week's game, LSU and Alabama.
Okay.
I'm thinking, and you guys are close to the situation. I have to believe that the players felt a lot of relief with the coaching change. My understanding is that
Charlie?
there was a lot of.
I think they will get a. I think they'll get a bump, Andy. Yes, there is some relief. Okay, Kelly.
Yeah.
Kelly was not the most
aloof and distant.
Yeah, right. They're not the most player interactive coach. I do think you'll see a little bit of a jolt from them, enough to go win in Tuscaloosa or be competitive in Tuscaloosa. Who can say? The quarterback's still, I think, ailing.
I'm not looking for the outright upset. I'm looking to take the 11.5.
Max?
I would say a bit of a jolt, at least a reset, at the very least, at a good time in a bye week. I think it's a good time. I like LSU this
Andy,
week.
what is the percentage?
Keep in mind. Go ahead.
Give me a percentage, a ballpark. I mean, off the top of your head, interim job, college. Let's just stick to college.
Yeah.
That you get that little jolt, that UCLA bump. I mean, that's a massive bump to what they were playing.
I'm not really sure because we tend to remember much more the ones that we see the bump, and we forget about those where we didn't get the bump because it wouldn't be all that surprising, especially depending upon the level of the program. But I'm also taking a look at it from the Alabama side. You know, they struggled against a very good Vanderbilt team, perhaps more than they should have. They struggled to get past South Carolina. So much like my thoughts on Georgia this year, we touched upon it last week with Florida looking like in a good spot to at least take the points, if not win the game against Georgia. I think Alabama is showing a lot of the same signs that Georgia has shown that, they're still a very, very good team. But the gap, let's say, between Bama and Georgia and the rest of the conference has narrowed.
Oklahoma State get a bump? Did they get a bump?
They did not.
Okay.
No.
They did not.
All right. Penn State?
No, they didn't play terrible at Iowa, but no, not a big bump.
And they were in there at halftime at Ohio State.
17-14 at half.
Yeah, and they lost to Iowa by a point.
They were in there.
So
still a decent roster, right? I mean, it wasn't all the quarterback.
Well, Aller. It's still this guy is not throwing the ball much. I think he's got like barely 100 yards, if that. Now it's at Ohio State and Iowa. Those are tough.
Yeah.
Okay, Andy, any bets you making?
I was going to say, think about the top three teams in the country this year were Clemson, Penn State, and Texas. Penn State and Clemson are out of the playoff picture, and Texas is going to have a difficult time. I think I remarked somewhere last week, a number of places. They still have a road to the national championship because they go unbeaten against the schedule that they have. I think they got Georgia, Alabama, and A&M still to play. They could end up being in the championship game for the SEC. So they have a chance, but it's a very remote chance because it's hard to see them winning all three of those games.
All right, Andy, thank you so much, man. Great stuff. We'll get back on track on Sunday, man. We appreciate it, and good luck to you. Follow Andy on Twitter at Vegas, at VegasAndy711. Don't forget our friends at K&M Automotive on Siegen Lane, 8445 Siegen Lane, just off of Perkins, across from Ambrosia. The only place I take my vehicle. That engine light comes on, you don't know. Bring it over to Jason Payne, let him look at it. Belts, hoses, general services, AC repair, electrical, tires, oil changes, just general stuff. Come on by and see us at 8445 Siegen Lane, just off of Perkins. Jason is open 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. The only place I take my vehicle, K&M Automotive on Siegen Lane.
Live at Mike Anderson's Live at Lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Running a business can be difficult enough without the right relationship with your bank. With United Community Bank's local business bankers, you're not just a number, you're a partner. Contact Heath Meir, Nicole Glover, Hunter Creed, David Campbell, or David Henry to discuss how we can help your business today. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Locations from Baton Rouge to Golden Meadow. We've been serving the people of Southern Louisiana for over 60 years. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Buzzy Hydell for the Morris Insurance Group. Outdoorsmen in the state might be having a tough time right now finding policies to fit on the properties they love. If you've got a hunting camp, a boat, or an RV that has been difficult to insure, we want you to look again. For owners or renters, the Morris Insurance Group can help you all the way to the duck camp or the fishing boat. We also have policies on coastal properties, including flood insurance to let owners protect themselves in the event of damage. For your camps, boats and trailers, four-wheelers, ATVs, and tractors, get a quote today at morris-ig.com or call 225-201-0007.
Workbox can handle all of your movable storage needs, commercial and residential. Our shipping containers come in various sizes, 8x8, 8x10, 8x20, or even 8x40 feet. Not just one size. These units can be customized for any use. Custom lunchrooms, offices, work sites for plumbers or welders, dual purpose, part office, part storage, climate control, shelving, lighting, using different materials, whatever you need. Give my buddy Martin Padial at Workbox a call at 343-4886, 343-4886, and workboxllc.com.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
The Live at Lunch with Ott and Annie Restaurant Club. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games since 1988. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Dozy Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Fin Bomb, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee.
The Pierre Part Store, and now the Thibodeau Store, your local experts in construction supplies. You know they can handle your contractor supplies for all jobs, big and small. The extensive selection of plumbing, electrical, and hardware supplies are endless, and they can even deliver it to your job site. If you need lumber, no problem. Available for pickup and delivery from Pierre Part. Top-notch tools and expert advice, it's local service. From the Thibodeau Store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau, and online at thibodeaustore.com.
By now, you know that we do our show every other Tuesday at the Crown Town Room at Dozy Place. The Crown Town Room is ideal for larger groups, or if you just want to watch the game on one of our 3 large TVs. The tamales are the most popular appetizer, but don't forget the seared tuna with the sriracha glaze. For the perfect blend of sweet and spicy, you can't go wrong also with the flash-fried oysters or the shrimp. The porterhouse is the perfect steak to share. Strip on one side, filet on the other, prepared at different temps if you like, bone in to maximize flavor. Dozy Place on Government Street, just off Acadian in the heart of Mid-City.
Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at 1045 ESPN and on Instagram at ESPN 1045. For a look behind the scenes, highlights from our shows, the chance to participate in exclusive contests, and more with 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
After further review with Matt Moscona, weekday afternoons at 3 on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge. Live at lunch with Ott and Annie from Mike Anderson Seafood on Lee Drive on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
And we're also brought to you by the Morris Insurance Group. You need insurance on your big boy toys, your boats, your trailers, your motorcycles, your tractors, your RVs. Let them have you take another look if you think those things are hard to get or too expensive. Also on your coastal properties, your hunting camps, your fishing camps, flood insurance available. Get an instant quote. Morris-IG.com, or you can call 225-201-0007. Talk to Buzzy Hydell or any of the reps there for auto, homeowners, and commercial insurance, as well as the Morris Insurance Group. And again, Morris-IG.com. Jimmy, you had me curious. I had to go back and look and see what Morris did in the rest of that World Series. 3 starts against Atlanta in the World Series.
Three starts?
3 starts, including Game 7. 23 innings pitched to a 1.17 ERA. 2 wins and a no decisions. 3 starts in the 7-game series.
What was the time frame between? It had to be 1, 4, and 7, huh?
Yeah, it was 1, 4, and 7.
Okay, so what were the time? What was
pitching on 3 days rest in the in Game 7?
Do you have the dates?
I can look it up. It'd take me a second, but yeah. And he had a 1.17 ERA in that thing. So he pitched Game 1, which was on October the 19th. He pitched Game 4, which was on 3 days rest on the 23rd, and on Game 7 on the 27th, which was it's 4 days rest. But yeah,
and had to go 10.
And had to go 10, and went to root in 10.
And one other little tidbit is that the Homer Dome. I mean, the Twins. It was kind of called the Homer Dome for a reason.
It was.
I mean, it was a hitting friendly park.
It was. It had that terrible roof where you couldn't see the balls and all that stuff. By the way, he also won 2 games against Toronto in the ALCS that year, so he was 5 and.
He won 2 games in the ALCS.
2 games in the ALCS, and they won all 3 of his starts in the World. Well, he got 2 wins in the World Series.
I'll give you the nod on that one.
This is pretty good. Actually, he pitched really well in Game 4. They lost that game,
but
he didn't get the loss.
It is a little bit more impactful to do it in this era when nobody
does that.
You know, when they're going 5th, 6th innings, you know what I mean, successful starts, and they're getting them out of there.
First class, second class, no class. When we return at Mike Anderson's Live at Lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at Lunch.
Now, everybody's been to Louis Cafe by campus. Heck, it's been around since over 80 years now. We're still doing delicious omelets like the Mitchell, cheesy grits, Big Cheesy Lou, and those Louis' original Cajun hash browns. We now offer a pickup window. Just call in your order at 346-8221. Give us 15 or 20 minutes, and we'll have it ready for you. Our hours are now 6:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., 7 days a week. So next time you visit campus, make it a point to stop by and visit an old friend. Louis Cafe, just outside the north gates of LSU.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors. When it comes to retirement, no 2 situations are alike, so Coastal Capital Advisors will tailor a plan for your family's needs, no matter your age or your financial situation. The bottom line is Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you and build a lifetime relationship. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Age Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
With all of the financial headlines, are you worried if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, let's work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by your local Edward Jones advisor. Text Morris on Jefferson. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
Attention vehicle owners. Before you trade your transportation, let K&M Automotive give your vehicle a new lease on life with a remanufactured product from Jasper Engines and Transmissions. A Jasper remanufactured engine, transmission, or differential will extend your vehicle's life, giving you the extra cash to do the things you really enjoy. And Jasper offers a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide parts and labor warranty. K&M Automotive, 636-2875. That's K&M Automotive, Siegen near Perkins.
Do you know what you would do if you were in a car wreck? It's easy to panic when you or someone you care about is hurt in an accident. Who will pay the medical bills? Who will pay the car repair? Who will deal with the insurance companies for you? Protect your rights. You need someone you can trust. Call the law offices of O.C. Brown at 343-1111. The law offices of O.C. Brown will handle everything for you. 343-1111 or online at ocbrown.com. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
The Pierre Part Store, and now the Thibodeau Store, your local experts in construction supplies. You know they can handle your contractor supplies for all jobs, big and small. The extensive selection of plumbing, electrical, and hardware supplies are endless, and they can even deliver it to your job site. If you need lumber, no problem. Available for pickup and delivery from Pierre Part. Top-notch tools and expert advice, it's local service. From the Thibodeau Store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau, and online at thibodeaustore.com.
Are you a diesel or gas technician who knows how to put the customer first? Would you like to work with a great team, get great benefits, make great money, and have every weekend off? Then TRICARE Automotive wants to talk to you. Go to TRICAREautomotive.com now.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
So you keep looking though.
Live at lunch, first class.
I want a seat in first class where I was booked and ticketed over a month ago.
Second class.
No man should be subjected to the indignity of being labeled or treated like a second-class citizen.
And no class.
Life had become like school on Sunday. No class.
I'll tell you what then. Why don't you call me sometime when you have no class?
First class, second class, and no class. Brought to you by Supreme Rice. Buy local with Louisiana-based Supreme Rice since 1936.
And we return here at Mike Anderson's Seafood, Wesley at Nicholson. Live at lunch, first class, second class, no class. Before we get into that, the NFL trade deadline is 3 hours away, and the Saints have made a move. Rashid Shaheed is on his way to Seattle. We are waiting to see what the compensation is for that.
What's your guess?
A 4. I think they were asking for
maybe
a 3.
A 3, but 4. 4 is my guess too.
Well, Jacoby Meyer set the market. He went for a 4th and a 6th earlier today.
Oh well, gosh, he got to get a 3rd then.
He is on the last year of his deal.
Yeah,
all of them are, right? All these guys are jumping
much.
around.
Most.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say a 4. If it's a 4 and a 7, maybe.
Hey, listen. At least they realize they're a seller.
Well,
he is the last guy I would have traded. The last. Okay, but at least you identified you're a seller.
Well, that you're right. And last year they moved Lattimore, but they didn't move anybody else. Now you're moving him. I would like to see him make.
That was a good move.
It was a great move. That's the best move Mickey Loomis has made since Drew Brees retired, is to get off of Lattimore when he did, and to get a very nice package of picks for a guy who was just simply not the same player that he once was.
Well, they're vomiting on themselves about that. He's one of the investment they made on defense he's one of the big reasons why that defense is so bad. And they're one of those handful of defenses that with Cincinnati and help me out with some others, but that just are so bad. Miami is one of them.
And Logan Wilson went this morning to the Cowboys. I mean, I think it's too little too late there. But here's a trade that's going to get your attention. Sauce Gardner going from the Jets to the Colts.
Hasn't been the same since his rookie year.
Hasn't been as good, but still I think a pretty good player. They gave up 2.
Not close to. I don't know what's going on there, Charlie. That's another thing. Check out their defensive numbers this year and last year. They have been bad. And, for a while, and that's one thing where – the skewed statistics come into play. Man, we're one of the top-rated defenses. Well, the opposing offense or the opposing teams know you can't score. So the only way you're going to score is us turn the ball. We're taking no risks. But Gardner, I mean, I would have been wrong on it. Charlie, he is dipped. He has dipped in way more than I ever thought because, man, it's hard to play cornerback as a rookie. It is really hard, and he was outstanding.
I agree he's not the player he was his rookie year, but the Colts are pushing some chips in the middle because they sent 2 1s.
They also
and it's the last year of his contract?
I'm not certain about Gardner's contract. We're going to look that up.
But, I mean, that's a lot, man.
2 1s is huge. I mean, they're just not
just
not that
so
many
when you
players
win
in the
it,
league.
involved, when you're losing, 2 involved, when you win it, man, give the girl a headset. That's leadership. She's connected with the team, huh?
That's correct.
I love that. She's on the sideline with her headset and a play sheet.
The Colts also sent rookie
daughter.
A.D. Mitchell in that trade as well. 26 and 27 first-round picks. Gardner had signed an extension, so he's on a long-term deal.
Okay.
He was booked till 2029.
Okay. It makes a little bit more sense than let's bring him over for a half a season and a playoff run.
The other thing that's going on right now is they're milling around a little bit over at LSU. We may be getting close to the board coming out and announcing a new president. I understand that they are wrapping up their deliberations. So we'll see.
Taking so long, man. Takes 10 or 16 votes. Let's get the votes in.
For all I know, they're in there playing double solitaire.
This is your neck of the woods, huh?
Yeah, I've never been in one of those executive committee things, so I couldn't Couldn't tell you. They may be in there watching Smokey and the Bandit. I couldn't tell you, but they may be out here pretty soon.
I didn't read the article with the advocate, the former ADs, talk about the LSU's.
Yeah.
Anything? Any highlights of that?
The idea that you want to know who you're working for and you like a chain
yes,
of command.
Yes,
that was
history tells us very strongly if there's an AD that didn't hire you, he's more prone to launch you quicker.
Yeah,
more quickly.
And the second thing, something else we're very familiar with is they had Mike Alden, who was AD at Missouri. He didn't call them boosters. He had an interesting term for them. He called them investors. He says, if they're investors, what do investors want? They want a return on their investment. And they want a say in what they're investing in.
I think it's the same thing, but isn't it a little bit more respectful term?
I suppose it could be.
Because boosters kind of, when we start talking about this, people kind of get a little aggravated, right? That the boosters are so involved.
Boosters suggest meddling. Investors suggest partnership.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
A hybrid is a star, huh? A tweener can't play. Right?
And there's no such thing as a combo guard, right? long as we're on the monikers here today, right? All right.
4th and 5th round picks.
Charlie, that one lost.
They got a 4 and a 5.
4 and a 5 for
Okay.
Shaheed, according to Nick Underhill.
Then that's a little bit better than what they paid for Donovan Valet, who has 5 more catches than I do for the Saints. He didn't even. Nick Underhill had the stat. He played 29% of the snaps, I think, on.
Let me ask you
on Sunday.
What's
You're not even going to play the guy. Why trade for him?
Darnold's been really good this year. We all agree.
Yeah.
Right. Even in that loss, he was outstanding against Tampa Bay. I mean, outstanding.
Yeah.
He was really, really good. The Rams game, he kind of maybe had a fun. That was his first start of the year, right? Was he the first or second week? Where what's the name comes back to the ball?
Yeah, I remember the game.
No, San Francisco. I'm sorry.
San Francisco.
The backup tight end came back to the ball. That one that Purdy threw, he got lucky on.
Uh-huh.
But so that was either first or second. But how would you rate his deep ball?
Darnold?
Average, a little bit above average. I'm just trying to. I mean, not bad. I mean,
I can't tell you that I've thought a lot about it one way or the other. That I thought.
Well, I got to get the ball deep to him.
Yeah, I never looked at it and went, "Oh, it's great" or "Oh, it's terrible."
I
do know with Jackson Smith and Jigba, who I think is having the best year of any receiver in football, leads the NFL in not catches but in yards. I think he's the best receiver in the NFL this year. That's going to open up an awful lot because he's been at times unguardable. And so you got to
guard this guy. And listen, is it too much to ask, huh? So we saw that play against each other. Why did the Saints? 2 or 3 a game. I don't care what their coverage is. Going over the top to this guy. I mean, how tough is that?
I think that was the plan. They just didn't complete as many of them as you wanted. Like that route on Sunday, it looked like
you saw them throw the ball deep to him 2 or 3 times a game. No.
I can't tell you it was 2 or 3 times a game, but I saw them. There were a lot of them that were incomplete that got lost in the shuffle.
Okay,
like the one on Sunday.
Maybe you remember him more than me.
Like the one on Sunday, Jimmy. He lost the ball. They asked Kellen Moore after the game. It was about a 50-yard throw, and he looks up and he just kind of stops running. And they were like, "Why'd you stop on the route? The ball's out in front of you." And Moore said after the game that he lost it. That he looked up and he lost it. I know they didn't complete as many as we would have liked. How many they threw? I don't know. Not throwing any more, though, on his way to Seattle. A 4 and a 5, that's fine. That gives the Saints now 7 draft choices in the upcoming draft. They only had 5 before. They do anything else about 3 o'clock, that'd be just fantastic.
Bailey had 12 snaps in the last game, 29%.
You trade this is not a rookie.
Snaps.
This is not a second-year guy. It's a 27-year-old receiver that you ought to damn well know about. You trade a 4th-round pick for him, and then you sit him on the bench. That's stupid. Anyway.
Well,
let me.
You'd be hard pressed for the 4th or 5th pick to get some guys that can add up to
if I'm
Shaheed.
Seattle, I'd do that deal all day and all night.
Look, yes.
Seattle could be in a Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
They could be in a Super Bowl.
There's a lot of teams that could be. The Chiefs are the highest power rating, and they're far. They just lost.
Right.
On Sunday.
If you ask me to rank the teams in the NFC, Seattle, Rams, Bucks, Lions, there's not a lot of difference in
Putting
those
Seattle
four.
ahead of the Rams, huh?
I got them about equal.
Stafford's elite
yeah,
this year.
Yeah, I got them pretty close.
Stafford might be playing the best out of any quarterback in football.
And then the
right,
Eagles,
right,
the Eagles, if they get their act together.
Right when you're ready, back pains. Man, he's old. Oh, scratch him off the list. 7 MVP year. I think he's playing better than he ever has.
Maybe not the Super Bowl.
Remember, I told you that earlier too.
Yeah, no, he's been playing great all year.
He led the league in interceptions that year.
In the Super Bowl year.
Check it out.
That.
Yeah,
I believe you. All right, first class, second class, no class. We may have to carry over here a little bit.
Charlie, it's your segment. You want to talk about rice?
There's other stuff going on. Yeah, Supreme Rice. All right, big performances from the weekend. Kevin Jennings from SMU, 365 yards, a touchdown pass, a touchdown rushing in SMU's upset over Miami. May have knocked Miami out of the playoffs.
He got knocked out of the game.
And threw for 365 yards.
And came back. I mean, he showed some toughness, and he carried him on his back. He was, because they're not winning that game if he doesn't return. But no, he was really, really special. He had a great year. Just such a horrible performance against Penn State in the playoff. We know it was cold, but it was just. But yeah, no, he was and there's Miami again. Cristobal, people on Cristobal now. I mean. Is he at least have them playing in relevant games?
He's got them playing in relevant games.
Is that not? I mean,
and I didn't watch.
Auburn's not.
I didn't watch this game, so I can't tell you.
LSU's not.
Don't we always think about Cristobal? He's going to make a mistake.
Okay,
in game management.
And listen,
he go recruit a roster that's going to keep him.
And Jeff
relevant.
Brom ran circles around him in that game, that Friday night game. Okay, completely outcoached him. Both had an extra week to prepare.
It's not the first time we've seen him get outcoached.
I know, but it's not. You lost a close game on the road to a decent team and a quarterback that got hot, who it can be really good. I liked SMU in the game. Okay, I thought it was a spot, but damn it, he has improved the situation to a large degree. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, he has. There's no doubt. When Les was here, he was always going to put a competitive roster together. They were always going to have elite talent, but he was going to make some in-game mistakes that would drive you crazy. But LSU played in almost nothing but relevant games the time Miles was here, but he'd make a mistake here and there, right? Lob that one up for you.
Yes.
All right.
Let's move
Texas
on.
Tech, Baron Martin. It wasn't a huge statistical game for him. He threw for 250 and 2 touchdowns. But Texas Tech outscored Kansas State 31-13 in the second half, what was a close game, a one-score game at the half. He sat out the only game they've lost this year. Mm-hmm. They play BYU this week. One of the most intriguing games, not just this weekend, but really coming up.
Top 10 matchup.
Yeah, and what BYU for an undefeated team in November has flown, I think, under the radar. So let's see this one.
Under the radar, or playing with fire, or living a borrowed time. I mean, you go on the road, and you takes all you can do to get out of there with a win at Boulder. They're not that good. Okay, Tucson. I mean, that's kind of how many things had to happen. How many calls did they have to give them extra chances for them to beat Arizona in overtime? You went on the road and fell behind 14 points at Ames. You're not going into Lubbock and playing half-ass like that and coming out with a win. Look, Bear Backmeyer, 47. He apologized for sliding, Charlie. But 47s don't slide. He's an awesome story. I mean, incredible story. But this is stepping up in class. Texas Tech showed in a tough spot against an improving team in Kansas State. Tough place to play in Manhattan. They pushed them around the second half, and they're the best team. And now they get them at home. So
odds makers agree with you. This is an 8-1 against an 8-0 team, and the spread is 9.5. So they agree with you. Second class, good with a chance to be great. Any trade the Saints make today, the player for draft choice, I'm probably going to be okay with. So we've seen one of them already.
I love Shaheed, though.
No, I did too. But if they weren't going to re-sign him.
He's a guy with, he's a guy with speed that catches the ball in traffic, catches the ball while taking hits. And I just think it's just underutilized. Man, I'd want somebody to throw me balls, too, besides the two that's throwing for the Saints right now. But, I mean, he just – and we know about the data part of it. He's got more, 25-plus yard catches than anybody.
Except Tyreek Hill.
And,
over the last 4 years, I think it is. Yeah.
Cajun Cheetah.
The other the other good with a chance to be great, I know everybody's in football mode last night, but if you watched Arizona and Florida last night, great college basketball game for opening night. Koa Pete put on a show last night. If you don't know who Koa Pete is, I'll be honest with you, before last night, I didn't know who he was either. But Andrus Pete's younger brother, much younger brother, Andrus is 31, Pete was a 3-time Gatorade Player of the Year in Arizona, 6'8", 235 pounds, and plays. Max, you watched the game too. Either one of you guys, a little bit above the rim. He got some.
Yes.
He got some ups. 30 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists in his collegiate debut against the defending national champs. He put on a show. Some highlight reel plays and just a lot of really, really strong plays. He looks the part.
Enjoyed both those TNT games yesterday, Charlie.
Yeah.
Between that and Villanova, now with Willard.
And
going
I
into
didn't
Villanova.
upgrade
get a
at
chance to
coach.
see as
That's
much.
an upgrade.
Mark Willard against BYU, who's got some dynamic playmakers as well.
Watch Arizona. Jaden Bradley, the senior guard, had 11 of their last 18 points to seal it up for Arizona. So watch Koa Pete. He's going to be a fun player to track.
57 combined with Bradley and Pete, but yeah, BYU's got a totally different look as well this year. The number 1 recruit in the country, but he brought some friends with him as well. The point guard's good. The difference is BYU's is top of the list of 350 Division I programs, and their ball movement and things like that, it slows down with him. He's doing a lot more ISO. So,
last one, no class. I don't want to spend too much time revisiting last week, but the way pretty much everything was handled last week could have gone so much smoother, could have gone so much better, just from a optic standpoint for LSU and for the governor. So my hope is this, in absolutely 100% putting last week in no class for how it was all handled. The new president's going to be named here maybe before the end of the show. LSU's crying for some leadership right now. Okay, last week was bad. Last week, the image of the university took a hit last week. Please, you're in a position of leadership for LSU, the incoming president, the interim AD, Verge Osbury, and certainly from the governor's mansion, please, know your role, okay? That's all I'm saying. Please, don't drag LSU through another week like last week, because nobody came out of that looking good. First class, second class, no class, brought to you by Supreme Rice and SupremeRice.com. Listen, down in Southwest Louisiana since the 1930s. They're part of the Climate Smart program, which means they are protecting future generations of Louisiana farmers. They're reducing methane emissions. They're promoting water conservation. You can pick up Supreme Rice wherever you buy rice, all your AG food stores, your Rouses, your Walmarts, the brown, the long grain, the medium grain, the jasmine, or the parboiled rice, which is Jimmy's favorite on Mondays when he cooks red beans and doesn't invite me over. You can get them, pick up that restaurant quality parboiled rice at Supreme Rice. And for more information, great recipes, go to SupremeRice.com. Take a break, come back here at Mike Anderson's Live at Lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at Lunch.
When it comes to celebrating life, there's no better place than Ruffino's. With locations in Baton Rouge and Lafayette, Ruffino's is a steak, seafood, and Italian-inspired restaurant that focuses on the celebration of life, regardless of the occasion. Whether it's the food they serve or the service they provide, their goal is to ensure a remarkable experience for their guests that is always remembered. To view our menu, visit Ruffino'sRestaurant.com. Ruffino's, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
Now, everybody's been to Louis Cafe by campus. Heck, it's been around since over 80 years now. We're still doing delicious omelets like the Mitchell, cheesy grits, Big Cheesy Lou, and those Louis Original Cajun hash browns. We now offer a pickup window. Just call in your order at 346-8221. Give us 15 or 20 minutes, and we'll have it ready for you. Our hours are now 6:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., 7 days a week. So next time you visit campus, make it a point to stop by and visit an old friend. Louis Cafe, just outside the north gates of LSU.
This is Charles Hanniger for Total Maintenance. For AC and heating, generators, electricity, plumbing, and more, Total Maintenance is your one-stop sales and service shop for all these needs. One of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC and heating companies. Since 1980, their slogan has been service today, every day, so no one ever has to go to sleep hot. an authorized dealer for Carrier, American Standard, Daikin, and Rheem AC units, for Generac and Cummins generators as well. And now, for all of your electrical and plumbing needs, in Baton Rouge, call 480-1000. In New Orleans, 841-3300. Service today, every day. Total maintenance.
Baton Rouge, get ready for a fiesta of flavor. Whether you're craving sizzling fajitas, cheesy enchiladas, or the best margaritas in town, Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill have you covered. Bring the family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. From fresh guacamole to mouth-watering tacos that hit just right, it's not just a dinner, it's a celebration. So why wait? Tonight, make it Las Palmas or make it Rio Cantina, two local favorites serving up authentic Mexican taste right here in Baton Rouge. Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill, where every night's a fiesta.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net.
Go Automotive has a great selection of new cars: Chevy, GMC, Hummer, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. You rather a pre-owned vehicle? Using our resources will help find you any vehicle that you're looking for. Our service department offers VIP service. You never have to come to the dealership. We'll pick up the vehicle at your home or office, drop off a loaner, service the vehicle, and return it when it's done. Mention my name, Jimmy Ott, for VIP pricing. The Chevy Tahoe I drive came from Go Automotive. That's Go Automotive in LaPlace and Plaquemine.
This is Charles Hanniger for Home Bank. If you're tired of the impersonal, one-size-fits-all style of banking, you deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for your businesses and families because they go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business and good for life. Stop by any South Louisiana, Houston, or Natchez area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Congratulations are in order for one of my favorite places to eat, Snow's Seafood and Steaks, celebrating its 50th anniversary. That's right, since 1971, Snow's has been serving a wide assortment of menu items to please everyone. Steaks, seafood, gumbo, homemade soup, salad, specialty cocktails, great wine selection, and oh yes, the best white chocolate bread pudding that you'll find anywhere. It's the total dining experience. Happy 50th anniversary to my friends at Snow's Seafood and Steak, Airline Highway at Highway 74 in Gonzales.
Live at lunch with Ott and Yanni from Mike Anderson Seafood on Lee Drive on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
And we're also brought to you by the Thibodeau Store, the Pierre Port Store, now in La Rose and Lockport as well. You know, not just all of your hardware, but so many different things that you can get at these properties. For instance, if you're going down to the Thibodeau Store, you're heading down to the coast for fishing, lots of fishing gear, lots of jambalaya pots, lots of crawfish pots, cypress furniture that you can't get anywhere else. You're the Pierre Port Store, you can get groceries.
Yes.
And, of course, you can get tons of grills and all of your outdoor cooking supplies at these properties where you go to thethibodeaustore.com online.
Yeah, like you got like fleur-de-lis line of boiling pots like you talking about, Charlie, stainless steel, 60, 80, 100, 120 quarts, you know, so different propanes, you know, the burners, regulators, if you need to repair some of your homemade rigs that you have. So tons of gas grill burners, valves, fittings, and hoses, smoke pellets, the portable charcoal grills. I mean, the flat griddles, two-burner flat pizza ovens, anything you can imagine for on-site cooking, outdoor cooking. It's at the Pierre Port Store.
All right, Max, I'm going to give you the floor here for a couple of minutes with your no class that you wanted to put out there.
Well, I said during the break this was kind of timely. 54 in Roman numerals.
It's live.
It's live, right? 54 holes, live golf. They're moving to 72 holes next year.
Boy, didn't we tell you, save that for the summer, that golf? Huh?
Charlie asked me.
This was my fault.
Paul, I mean, you started up.
This was my fault.
I mean, this is a summer sport. Now, look, I mean, can we, in the middle of
They-
football season,
they're gonna play
a
in the-
coaching search, we got the live video going on with the board of directors, and he wants to talk about this damn lift
I am
golf.
watching the door.
Huh?
Okay, as soon as the door opens.
No class on Max
I don't
again.
know if there's white smoke are coming out or not.
We wait till Hawaii in December before we start getting into this.
Even the tour season's starting a week later this year. No Hawaii. Well, they're going
Oh,
once
no
Hawaii.
Hawaii. Okay.
Sony Open, not Kapalua. There's a drought over there. They canceled that one. So.
Well, since I brought it up, are they going to give them
they
world ranking
relocating
points?
No, they canceled it altogether.
Since I opened this can of worms, are they going to give them world
World
ranking
rankings.
points now?
Well, all right. So there were two parts of it. One is that there was 54 holes. That's why they couldn't get world ranking points. The second part was that it's a closed system. It's a closed circuit, right? There's no lower tours. That's a feeder tour. Now they've kind of solved that. They have some Asian tour events and things that they're aligned with. We'll see. It certainly gives them a much better opportunity to get world ranking
Lexi.
points.
I thought it was just because they hated Greg Norman. And
Yeah,
they got rid of him.
LXXI, I think.
Lexi.
Yeah, that doesn't really roll off the tongue quite like Live Golf.
Welcome to the Lexi Tour.
Gonna be in New Orleans next summer. You going?
It
might be a little warm.
Wait.
June.
City Park. Yeah.
Bring your little hand fan.
They have a pool? They're bringing a pool?
One of those misters the size of Niagara Falls.
Are they playing at night?
Oh, well.
No.
June 26th through 28th is what it
Oh,
officially
late
says.
June.
I guess it would
My
now be
bad.
25th through 28th.
In June in New Orleans, after dark, it's still 90 degrees. So I mean, you catch a.
That's a great idea.
A little bit of a break. All right, let's get back on. We get back on schedule here.
Oh man, that's too much. Don't forget my friends over at Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Yes, indeed, Relief Windows. Your homeowners association requires wood windows in your neighborhood. Call my friends at Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com because they're built to last. They look good. They're functional. But again, and they also come with a warranty against rotten termites. It's the RLS gel wind windows from Relief Windows. Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com.
We'll talk curtain search with Greg Bowser when we come back live at lunch from Mike Anderson's 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
The Grand Bayou Casino, conveniently located off I-10 at exit 139 in Gross Ted, offers the latest video poker machines 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Got a great staff at the Grand Bayou Casino. Our inviting staff will greet you with complimentary coffee and sodas as you enjoy listening to the curated tunes in our comfortable seating. Make the trip to the Grand Bayou Casino, where players are welcome. The Grand Bayou Casino, I-10 at the Gross Ted exit. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-877-770-STOP. The Grand Bayou Casino.
We're here to examine things that get better with age, like this bottle of Chateau Lafite Rothschild, vintage 1877. Age can make things more valuable, like this Picasso from his Blue Period, 1904. And treasured, like this Roto-Rooter jingle, 1954.
Roto-Rooter jingle?
Just listen to it.
Oh, Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And the wind go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
The timeless melody.
Roto-Rooter?
The lithe arrangement.
But it's a clog-busting company.
Wrong there. Roto-Rooter has grown into more than a clog-busting company. They're North America's largest full-service plumber and drain cleaner. And when you need Roto-Rooter, remembering this jingle can be priceless.
Roto-Rooter.
For all of your plumbing and drainage solutions, call Roto-Rooter in Baton Rouge at 925-8710. That's 925-8710. Congratulations are in order for one of my favorite places to eat, Snow Seafood and Steaks, celebrating its 50th anniversary. That's right, since 1971, Snow's has been serving a wide assortment of menu items to please everyone. Steaks, seafood, gumbo, homemade soup, salads, specialty cocktails, great wine selection, and oh yes, the best white chocolate bread pudding that you'll find anywhere. It's the total dining experience. Happy 50th anniversary to my friends at Snow Seafood and Steak, Airline Highway at Highway 74 in Gonzales.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors. When it comes to retirement, no two situations are alike, so Coastal Capital Advisors will tailor a plan for your family's needs no matter your age or your financial situation. The bottom line is Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you and build a lifetime relationship. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Age Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
This hour of Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny is brought to you by Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown, 343-1111 and ocbrown.com. Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs, 925-8710. Supreme Rice, grown, milled, processed in Louisiana since 1936. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments on Jefferson Highway, 928-8659. Total Maintenance, your one-stop shop for AC, electrical, generators, and plumbing. Service today, every day for Total Maintenance. And Coastal Capital Advisors. Markets evolve. We adapt.
This season, we've got prep football in double coverage. Hey, it's Kate Wazan inviting you to join me Friday nights at 6 for Louisiana Prep Preview, followed by Catholic High Football on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Then over on Talk 107.3, it's Ken Trahan's original Prep Football Report from 6 to 11 p.m., bringing you live in-game updates, final scores, and check-ins with correspondents from every corner of the state. It's all presented by Dr. Pepper. Scores on Talk. Theirs on ESPN. It's our Prep Football double coverage, presented by Dr. Pepper.
The Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny Restaurant Club. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games since 1988. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Dozy Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Fin Bomb, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee. Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny from Mike Anderson Seafood on Lee Drive on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
And return here at Mike Anderson Seafood. We got gift cards right now as we get into the holiday season. Between now and November the 26th, buy $100 in gift cards, get $20 gift certificates for free. And if you buy 200 or more, you get not only the gift certificate, but free appetizer cards as well for every $100 purchase. That's the early bird special. Get your stocking stuffers now here at Mike Anderson.
And again, that's not all the way through Christmas. That's November 26th, the day before Thanksgiving. The bonus gift certificates for the gift cards that you buy.
Greg Bowser joins us now, former LSU Tiger. Greg, how's your last week been?
It's been good. Been a lot of fun. Just watching the show, Charlie. Yeah.
Okay, you have. We're not divulging state secrets when we say you have known Verge Osbury for a long time.
Yep.
Is a good friend of yours and has been for a long time. So, how do you think Verge will go about conducting this search?
I think he's going to try to get as much input from people as he can. The thing about Verge is he knows who the really good coaches are and where they are. So I think he'll have a selection of people, good candidates that he can talk to. The question is how many of them are going to want to participate in this process, and then when you look at the with all of everything surrounding the contracts and the way things are structured, that's going to limit who he can legitimately.
Well, that was my next question. Do you think that he is operating with a budget, or do you think he is operating with go find me a candidate and the budget's going to change obviously with the candidate? There's some guys that are going to be worth a lot more than others. What do you think his financial parameters are at this point?
I don't know. I don't know if he really has it. I think the way he's going to operate, if it were me and knowing Verge, is he's probably going to say, who's the best coach?
Okay, well, if we're going to do that, then
who's the best coach we can get? What it's going to take to get that person? Start there.
Okay, so we all know they're going to make a call on Nick Saban, and we've talked enough about that.
Right.
You have an opinion on that? Well, since we're here,
I mean, you have to call him.
Sure.
The
Okay.
thing about calling Nick Saban is something you guys talked about earlier. The thing about that is if he says no, Nick may know you well enough to say, but Jimmy is a guy that's really good and could be. You may want to talk to him.
Yeah, I'd imagine he's got Jimmy Sexton's number two. All right.
I was thinking Jimmy out, but go ahead.
Well, Jimmy out comes a little cheaper than Jimmy Sexton. But who do you think? Let's take Saban off the board, just in the interest. We don't have to go through his resume or his qualifications or anything like that. But who do you like? The people that are being discussed, or give me one that hasn't been discussed.
Man, I don't know. I like the idea of Lane Kiffin's attractive just because he's a good offensive mind, and when you stop and think about what you could do with the talent that we have here offensively in the past and what we can have in the future. So he comes to mind. But I really don't, I don't know. I do have a young coach that I could recommend, but it would be nepotism, and I wouldn't recommend him. So
no,
he's McNeese. I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to pull him away from McNeese and what he's doing there. So, recommending my son wouldn't work.
It'd be a lucrative, move up.
It'd be part of my retirement plan.
Yeah, I think that obviously Verge said, we want to get the best coach. And he said something in that press conference that he has said before. He says, we're LSU, okay? That can mean a lot of different things, but it means that he's shooting for the moon, okay? That's fantastic. I would caution just a little bit, just in the interest of being thorough, that you don't discount anybody that you need to look at, whether it be a younger coach like a Kenny Dillingham or even an assistant coach, one of the defensive coordinator at Georgia. I'm not saying hire those guys. I'm saying take a look, and that includes Tulane's coach, who may end up at Auburn or may end up somewhere else. I don't know. But when you say this is LSU, it means shoot for the absolute best. I get it. But I hope it doesn't mean discount anybody for reasons other than, hey, we looked at him, we did a thorough vetting of him, and we just don't think he's right. That's kind of where I'm at.
I think that's where it's going to be. I think they're going to look at all coaches. I think one of the names that has come up is Kelvin Shepard, the defensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions. I think they're going to look at somebody like that.
Does he have any college coaching experience?
He was here as a
GA
or something like that. Yeah,
GA analyst, not quite an analyst, but it was during the COVID year that he came in.
Just somebody like that. And I don't think he's going to discount those people like that. But I think he's going to look at people from Calvin Shepard to the more experienced folks who are somewhere else and just see, who can you hire, who wants to be here, and who can you hire.
And there's different points to your career. I don't think Kelvin Shepard fits this time. Okay, with half a season as an NFL coordinator, but it doesn't mean that I wouldn't want to talk to him, because the next time they hire a coach, he'll be a little bit older, it'll be a little bit more seasoned. And I use Lane Kiffin as my example. Scott Woodward was not interested in hiring Lane Kiffin when this job came up when Brian Kelly took it. I think had he stayed on as athletic director, he'd have been very interested in talking to him this time. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe he wasn't convinced on where Kiffin is advanced in a maturity stage. That was a big concern the last time.
Yeah, and I think to what you're talking about, Charlie, by talking to these guys, you get a sense for who they are. They may not be a fit for your job right now, but you never know what's going to happen in 2 years, 3 years, because these things, as we've seen, these things tend to go real fast all of a sudden.
They ask all the time when you get to the NFL draft, one of the top 2 or 3 quarterbacks is working out. The guy you know is going to go in the top 5 picks. And everybody shows up to watch him work out. Why? Well, 4 years from now, he may be a free agent. You may want to get to know him. You bring these guys in for interviews so you can talk to them. And if they don't become free agent, you might have to play against them. Get to know a little something about him.
Shepard's title was Director of Player Development in 2020 when he was here.
Yeah, he was in the building, and I think he was here for a year.
2020.
Just 2020, yeah.
I think you have to look at guys like that. I think you have to look at somebody like Joe Brady. I mean, I don't know if Brady is interested in this. He's a guy like that.
Don't you think Shepard and Brady are closer to pro jobs than pro head coaching jobs?
Yeah.
I mean, if he continues on this run with the Lions,
there's no question.
I mean, if they make a deep run, they get to the Super Bowl, he's, it's all important. Same thing with the Bills and Brady, but Brady's name's been mentioned a lot for more NFL head coaching jobs than college.
And Brady made it pretty clear when he left here that he wanted his future to be in the NFL. That he was not a very active recruiter. He wanted to coach in the NFL.
Doesn't mean LSU can't make them an offer that they would be interested in.
No, you can't. But I would hate for them to talk him into it over money if he really wants to coach somewhere else.
Here's what I want to throw at Greg. Knowing Verge is that a lot of times your biggest complaint turns into your biggest priority. What aggravated us most about Kelly? Well, this is going to be at the top of our priority. You expect something like that type of approach?
No, but I think it'll be in the mix. I don't think it'll be the number one thing. I think it'll be all part of what they're looking at, Jimmy. I mean, part of what with Kelly is that he was a
Delegator.
Hall of Fame kind of coach. Everybody knew he was a good coach. He was successful, but there were some things you couldn't measure. Could you measure the fact that when you gave a 60-year-old a 10-year guaranteed contract, how hard he was going to work, what he was going to be putting into it? When you take him out of where he's used to being and drop him in the South, how was he going to adjust to that? Those are the kinds of things I think you got to go through now.
But like a Dillingham, Charlie, I mean, listen, you got to wonder about that. With anybody, more established coaches, older coaches. But a guy like Dillingham, does he look like he's not hungry still?
He is starving.
Okay.
That guy is
You're talking
intense.
about. That's why I'm just.
Yeah. I'll give you and so maybe the thing with Dillingham is, yes, he definitely fits that part of it.
He's the knee-jerk profile.
But he's been a head coach for 3 years. Do you want somebody that's been as a head coach a little bit longer? I'll give you a name. And I can go pros and cons with him too, that I think is very hungry and has a lot of experience as a head coach and is ready to get back into a job like this. But his record at the end wasn't all that good, and that's Pat Fitzgerald. Okay, his name hasn't been brought up very much. But he was cleared of everything at Northwestern. In fact, Northwestern had to pay him a ton of money because they screwed it up so bad. Fitzgerald was a coach at Northwestern from 2006 to 2022. His record was above 500, which at Northwestern is no given. And his record in the conference was over 500 until the last 4 years, and things bottomed out in the last 4 years.
Miracle worker at Evanston. Okay,
yes.
But
and he's from
his
there.
alma mater.
He's from there.
He was on that Rose Bowl team, that Big Ten championship team that lost to Keyshawn and them in the Rose Bowl. But you can't have two jobs that are more different than Northwestern and LSU. I'm sorry. That's about as far different.
I agree.
And this guy's now he's going to work for the first time outside of his alma mater.
Okay, so that's the downside. The upside is I get a 50-year-old coach that's been a head coach in the Big Ten for 17 years and has got a chip on his shoulder. He got pushed out of there, and he wasn't ready to go.
How often is he recruited in the South?
Probably not very much. It's a valid point.
But did he max out at a miracle worker at Northwestern?
The last 4 years,
for them to be competitive, Northwestern, that's hard.
Right. The last 4 years were rough.
That's okay.
But before that, yes, miracle worker is not an overstatement.
I think it's going to be, there'll be a number of things that go into it. The one question I have is, do you want somebody who's an existing head coach, or do you go for an assistant coach?
I don't think that they will hire an assistant coach. I think they
can get an OC from somewhere.
That's what concerns me. When Verge says we're LSU, it's like that's beneath us. And I would count. I've had this conversation with Verge. Okay, I'm not speaking out of school here. Georgia has hired assistant coaches the last 2 times they made hires. Ohio State has 3 of the last 4 times either hired an assistant coach or essentially a 1AA coach when Tressel came from Youngstown State. Okay, now in between there they hired Urban Meyer, but. Oklahoma has hired an assistant the last 2 times. Okay, it's not beneath you if you hire the right guy, but there is the risk factor. I don't discount the risk factor goes up.
Yep.
Okay, but I think anytime you say, well, he's an assistant, we can't consider him because Mike Archer didn't work out here, or you can't think about an in-state coach because Billy Napier went to Florida and failed. I think that's. You're not touching all your bases.
Yeah,
if you,
I think
if
they have
you
to.
do
I think they've got to cast a wide net, have a decent criteria. But just because a guy's an assistant coach or is a first-year coach, I don't think you should eliminate him. I think you need to take a look at him, and I think you got to consider when you're moving him from where he is to put him in this culture. That would be true anywhere you put him. If you took him from the South and put him in the North, you need to consider that.
And he's going to have to. And I don't even think this was true when Kelly first got the job, but it certainly is now. Every day of your life, you're going to have to deal with money. You're going to have to deal, and I'm talking about player money. You're either going to be fundraising, you're going to be talking about NIL, you're going to be dealing with a player agent, you're going to be dealing with a player's parents, you're going to be dealing with the player themselves, you're going to be dealing with counter offers out of the transfer portal. Every day, you can't just say, I'm going to recruit and I'm going to play and coach football. That's over. You are going to be dealing with raising money. So if you don't like to go ask people for money, okay, then this ain't for you.
But that's true anywhere now, Joe. I mean,
yes,
everywhere.
That's not immune to LSU.
No, it's not exclusive to LSU.
Teams, they're doing the same thing.
Right.
I mean, so that
everybody's
going to be doing that.
But you can't CEO coach this anymore and say, I'm going to delegate all this stuff, including the fundraising. No, Kelly found that out. He had to go out himself last December. And I read the article. He says, did you ever think that you would be, when you took the job at LSU, out there, passing the hat? And he goes, no, I didn't. So now we know. Nobody's immune from that.
He thought all those NFL players just were knocking down the door to get here.
Well,
that's
odd. But I think if you talk to Marcus Freeman at Notre Dame, I bet he'll tell you going in, he didn't think he had to do as much as he's doing. None of them did.
Well, the landscape changed for everybody.
Yeah.
And by the way, I would take Marcus Freeman in a heartbeat. I don't think he would be interested in the job, but I would take him in a heartbeat. You talk to a lot of ex-players. Last Thursday, Frank invited everybody out. It's a really good showing. There's a lot of them. Just from your perspective, what that means for the program.
I think it means a lot, and a lot of it means more because of the way they had been treated the previous 4 years. I mean, you start talking to some of these guys who just not that you're supposed to go recruit the ex-players. That's not the thing. But even if a guy says, if he's in town and he shows up and wants to go into the building and your name's not on the list, you can't come in, you're out. I mean,
well, we asked Richard Dixon this. Flynn and Hester have talked about this in the morning. You were an ex-player. How did he treat you?
I can't say. I'm trying to think about a couple of times I've interacted with him.
Okay,
but it's been different.
So no relationship.
Yeah, I have no relationship. No.
Okay, as compared to O.
Like compared to O, you run into O somewhere, you holler at him, you talk to you, he'll talk to you, he's friendly to you. Not just at practice. If you saw him going in a restaurant. You saw him out at a bar, he'll talk to you or something like that. Keller was not that way. It was like, if you saw him somewhere, it was like, don't talk to me, I'm busy.
Okay, well, you're an ex-player. That's your first-hand experience with him. I mean, we can't.
And a lot of guys had the same experience. And again,
that's not terribly different from the stories that we've heard. Okay, do that. You better win.
He liked to golf more than most, but the 400 rounds are a gross exaggeration. Okay.
You got to play a lot.
No. And I heard Hunt, and I know people over there too. No.
You got to play a lot of golf.
No. Now, just
yeah.
So where'd the number 400 come from?
I don't know. That's Charlie. That
you think he played more than that or less than that?
Oh, Charlie. You can't play more than 400 rounds of golf and still do anything. Okay,
that's 100 rounds a year. That's every third day.
You can't. No,
every 4 days.
I mean,
that's hard to get
I would say now. Listen, he play maybe once a year at CCL. He played, at BRCC, whatever. He play it. He go to summer every year in Ireland, but we're talking about like more than 10 times exaggerated. Okay,
that's a lot of golf.
All right, I mean, just really not. I mean, it's pile-on season, baby, and that is one of the big. It's not close to that.
Now, I know coaches that are coaching both college and in the NFL, and they love to play golf. And most of them, when they hit that spot between June and July or June and August, they may play twice a day every day, because that's their downtime. And then once they go back in, clubs will go up. I don't think they're playing that much during the season. They may come out, maybe have a day off during an open day to hit some rounds.
No,
but I don't think they're playing it out.
You probably should put the golf clubs away at the end of July and not pick them up until probably the next April after spring. Probably.
I think they'll get a couple of holes in.
Got a few in more.
Yeah, they get a few in like that. But look, I think this coaching search is going to be.
Hugh Freeze's wife has a standing game. That was canceled.
That's what
at Auburn. At Auburn. You got it in?
Yeah. Okay. Here's the deal. The Board of Supervisors, as expected, has hired McNeese President Wade Roos as the next president, and they have made this announcement. Alabama Provost Jim Dalton is the new provost and chancellor of the Baton Rouge campus, which that position had been merged into the president's role back in 2012. So there will once again be a chancellor on the Baton Rouge campus. He is Jim Dalton, previously from Alabama, and Wade Roos, as expected, is your new president coming over from McNeese. So the door has
cats in the bag and the bag's in the river.
The door has
as predicted.
The cat's in the bag and the bag's in the river.
Bags in the river.
I never.
We'll take a break, come back, wrap things up at Mike Anderson's Live at Lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at Lunch.
With all of the financial headlines, are you?
Hey.
Promo?
Yes.
Is rolling.
Join me, Jimmy Ott and Charles Hanniger, for the Wednesday edition of Live at Lunch, live at Modesto on Burbank. Live at Lunch, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. from Modesto, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
Have you been arrested or even issued a traffic ticket? Everyone makes mistakes. Hi, I'm Dana Brown from the law offices of O.C. Brown. If you find yourself in an unfortunate situation with the law, call us today and we can help you resolve your problem, whether it's just a traffic matter or something more serious. No criminal matter is too big or too small for us to aggressively and effectively represent you. Before making any decisions, call us at 225-343-1111 for your free consultation. You can also visit us at ocbrown.com. The law offices of O.C. Brown, your law firm for a lifetime.
Running a business can be difficult enough without the right relationship with your bank. With United Community Bank's local business bankers, you're not just a number, you're a partner. Contact Heath Meir, Nicole Glover, Hunter Creed, David Campbell, or David Henry to discuss how we can help your business today. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Locations from Baton Rouge to Golden Meadow. We've been serving the people of Southern Louisiana for over 60 years. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors. When it comes to retirement, no two situations are alike, so Coastal Capital Advisors will tailor a plan for your family's needs no matter your age or your financial situation. The bottom line is Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you and build a lifetime relationship. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Age Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
By now, you know that we do our show every other Tuesday at the Crown Town Room at Doe's Eat Place. The Crown Town Room is ideal for larger groups, or if you just want to watch the game on one of our 3 large TVs. The tamales are the most popular appetizer, but don't forget the seared tuna with a sriracha glaze. For the perfect blend of sweet and spicy, you can't go wrong also with the flash fried oysters or the shrimp. The porterhouse is the perfect steak to share. Strip on one side, filet on the other, prepared at different temps if you like, bone in to maximize flavor. Doe's Eat Place on Government Street, just off Acadian in the heart of Mid-City.
ALS is a progressive and neurodegenerative disease, and we need your help to find a cure. The mission of the ALS Association, Louisiana, Mississippi chapter, is to discover treatments and a cure for ALS, and to serve, advocate for, and empower people affected by ALS to live their lives to the fullest. Whether you are newly diagnosed, a military veteran, a caregiver, or someone looking to learn more about how to navigate living with ALS, they can help. Visit als.org to learn more. That's als.org.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net. Live at Lunch with Ott and Yanni from Mike Anderson Seafood on Lee Drive on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
So the expected news of Wade Roos as a president, accompanied by James Dalton becoming the new chancellor of the Baton Rouge campus. This is only going to throw gasoline on the Nick Saban fire. So let me give you a few details about James Dalton. He has not been at Alabama as long as Nick Saban had. He went there in August of 2020, took this job in the middle of COVID. Wow. Before that, he was the dean of the pharmacy college at the University of Michigan. He went to school at the University of Cincinnati and also has a doctorate from Ohio State. Here's an interesting little tidbit, Jimmy. When he left Ohio State in 2007 to devote his full-time efforts as the Chief Scientific Officer at GTX Incorporated from 2007 to 2014. Why is that interesting? Where's GTX Incorporated located? Memphis, Tennessee. Home of Jimmy Sexton, man. If we're gonna throw gasoline on the fire, throw a big bucket of it
And
on
Albert
there, right
Beans.
there. Well, oh gosh, you had to bring that name up.
Jimmy Sexton represent him too, Charlie, you think?
Well, did they meet
Probably
for?
not,
Did
but
they?
they-
No, but it's.
yeah.
This is what's going to come up. This is silly season, okay? So, I just pulled this guy's extensive. I knew where he was before this, but I decided to do a little bit more reading during the break just to make sure. Yeah, he was in Memphis for 7 years. Okay, so well. Maybe him and Jimmy Sexton went and played a round of golf, one of the 400 rounds of golf, or had lunch here. Look, Sean Toohey had lunch with Joe Dean and LSU's football, Joe Dean Jr., and LSU's football program was resurrected, so you never know. All right, Hunt will have more on this, and Matt as well.
30.
Later this afternoon. Early bird special on the gift cards here at Mike Anderson through November the 26th. Buy $100 in gift cards, get a $20 gift certificate free. If you buy $200 or more, you get the gift certificates plus free appetizer cards for every $100
Yes,
purchase.
Great
purchase.
deal. Great deal. Available now through November 26th, the day before Thanksgiving.
Tomorrow we are at Modesto, right next to Walk-Ons. Until then, have a great day, everybody, and stay tuned for Hunt on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
If you're near the north,
All right, y'all have a good one.
about a couple of longtime favorites. Highland Coffee's the original specialty coffee shop in Baton Rouge since the 1980s. My personal favorite. Love getting my cappuccino from their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Roasted right in the shop. Louis Cafe.